Hey guys, my name is JinSin and welcome to our recap video. And I am with, sir, introduce yourself.
I'm Sogo, 3 Great Angel players.
Is that it?
Yeah, man, I don't really have much else to say. I play this card game and I have fun.
Alright, fair enough. And we're going to talk about our Digimon version 2.0 double case 3v3 and we're doing a recap. So, Sogo, you were actually a player. What was your experience? How did you like it? Any feedback whatsoever?
Okay, yeah. So I actually really enjoyed the 3v3 tournament. First and foremost, the best part, other than like the usual like road trip with friends, having a good time, enjoying the community, all being together, was also just a diversity in both players and like what they were playing at the tournament.
Mm-hmm.
And I just think it was great. I met people from the entire tri-state area, new people, old people that I've seen. Great competition. That's one thing about these events that I always like is I'm a fan of like I don't like doing online like regionals and things like that, and I pray that we'll get more offline events. And this is like the closest we get to offline events here on the East Coast, and I'm just grateful to have had the good experience. You guys did a great job running it.
Well, thank you. That's honestly like our mission. That's what Questionable Plays is all about. We just want to bring more offline events to players like in person because we understand that there is kind of like a higher demand for those because people want to like do in-person events. Before we keep going with our recap, I want to say thank you to Ride My Avatar for commentating our stream. Those videos will be out soon, and I hope you guys will enjoy those matches because there was a lot of fun moments. I actually stayed in the streaming booth with Ride My Avatar for almost the whole event because it was actually really cool to work with. So I was actually very happy to have a chance to actually work with him. That was actually a very nice time for me.
He's also just a super nice guy. From like the brief interactions I had with him, he was always like really courteous and like just checking up on everyone.
Yeah, no, I heard very good things about him, which is great. So I'm just gonna flip through some of the pictures we got from the event. It was a packed house. Roasted Games,
man.
Thank you again for always letting us use your space as a venue. But yeah, this space
I
was
love
packed.
playing here too. I love playing here.
Yeah, Roasted is very fun.
Stuff too, which is great. Like, you know, I'm not into that, but like, just give me my card games. But I just love seeing like everybody here, like all playing. And like even the judges are like all attentive. Like you guys are all like, you guys walk back and forth, make sure everything's good, keep us updated on time. There was like a little mishap. You were asking for feedback. We're like the watch like left sync, and you guys were like no one missed a beat. You guys still kept us like on the correct timing. It was great.
So this is actually the first. Yeah, this is actually the first place team that won our event. This is Team Slime and Friends. From the left to the right, it is Joshua, Franklin, and Digi. Digi is definitely making a face. They were great. All of them were very nice.
Yeah, I was gonna say you can tell the personality just by like this photo. They're great. Like
they were very.
I didn't get a chance to play against them, but I heard they were like really cool people.
Yeah, they're very, very nice people, and their deck profile should already be up by now. I think those were the first videos we put up, and we're about to see their decks soon. But of course, let's go over the entire event. Yeah. So, 42 decks. And this is the breakdown. It was mostly blue. It was mostly blue.
I love it. It was a blue Saturday.
It was a very blue Saturday. No rain, but
this is what
a lot of blue.
This is what I was talking about though. With there was diversity at this tournament. Like I didn't play the same deck twice.
That is like the magic of a 3v3, right? Like it encourages everyone to bring a different deck for their team. So we kind of expected diversity. I just didn't expect this much. Like, obviously,
almost half.
Yeah, you know? almost half of the event was a different deck, which is like, let's interesting.
Let's use the word unique deck, right? Because we have some overlapping purple decks here, but they're not like anything. They're different enough where they warrant like a whole different deck. There was a Cinder player. I didn't even encounter them.
Yeah, like it's amazing. Like I didn't know we had a Safagamon deck. I didn't know there was a Fenrir Lugamon deck still running around. There was only one Galaxy, which is very interesting to me. There was only one purple hybrid too.
The Fenrir player was pretty good. My team played against him. He was really good.
And yeah, only one purple hybrid player out of the whole event. It was kind of interesting. I thought that would be like the big deck next to Lord Nightmon, but turns out it was just one person.
I think the deck people are finding it's a little more complicated than they like thought it would be. So maybe people just wanted to get more reps in, or maybe it's just hard to get the Duskmon like on short notice. I don't, to be honest, I don't have an answer.
Yeah,
But I thought
I
the same
also
thing
think
as you.
like this was technically a higher stake event, not two cases in the prize pool. First place team gets 9 boxes. Maybe it's just better like for your team just to go with decks that you're just naturally more comfortable with instead of trying
Right.
something new on the fly.
But anyway,
Anyways, let's just consolidate. So this is the consolidated top 4. Um, Still mostly blue.
Yeah.
We have 3 Imperial Dramon decks, one, and then everything else is a 1-up. Magnamon X, 7 Great Demon Lords, Rapidmon, Fenrir Lugamon, Lord Nightmon X, Commandramon, Shoto Mother D Reaper, Ancient Garurumon, and the Purple Demons, which is kind of like a purple POW deck. So even in our top 4, it was still mostly blue because there were just so many blue decks that Saturday, as you said. Oh, let's go to our first place team. We're only gonna do first and second place. So
Okay.
right here we have Digi's deck. This is his. He called it the Purple Demon Control deck. He also called it Purple Pile. Basically, as you can see, it's just generic purple cards. His spicy cards were the Lilithmon and the Zambamon from the current set. It was from BT18. And what's really cool about this deck is that it doesn't run any tamers. All the memory manipulation is from the Digimon. Everything.
Yeah, Leviathan itself was a great memory gainer.
Mhm.
When you see a deck like this, you really just, I can think of a couple players like this, but you can just tell this player has a good understanding of purple as a color.
Mhm.
Like they can just play purple.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. The way he was explaining his deck, of course, in his profile, which you guys can watch, is that he really like understood how to like manipulate the game solely with no extra help from tamers. He just want to go full consistency, no stops, always evolving, always doing something. And
I draw and I punch.
yeah, and this deck
I like
really
it.
supports that 100%. And
also-
he told me a funny story about the X antibody. So the reason why he has one regular X antibody is that he didn't have enough money to buy another protoform.
Me,
Yeah.
truthfully, me as a pet, bro.
I fully respect it. I fully respect it.
One thing I've always done this, not to be that guy, but I like when people have more of like a 2-3 split on their eggs or stuff like that. I feel like the fact that the game allows you to have 5 eggs, like there's no real reason not to. I've always made that argument, so I kind of like that he has like half of the egg stack, or like 3/5 of it to draw for consistency, and the other 2 is like the memory game.
Yeah, no, this deck was very interesting. I think one of
I'm
the
a
most
fan.
creative purple decks I've seen that day.
I'm a fan, definitely am.
All right, the next deck from the same team, Franklin, with his Imperial Dramon deck, and this one is pretty like regular Imperial. The spicy tech was definitely the Grand Kawaga Ace and the Shoto.
I like Grand Kawaga Ace. I feel like this is a tamer heavy like meta, whether you be running into Mother Shoto, which relies on Shoto, or a hybrid deck where you can like kill the dual tamer. Grand Kawaga is going to see more value.
Oh yeah, and the fact that he's a free trait, he retains a lot of the inheritables. So it has jamming, it has piercing, it can retain all of that, which is very powerful. And I think it's like, what's really cool about it is that it offers, again, like you said, tamer hate to a very tamer heavy meta. So having that option available besides Hexablow is actually very cool. Hexablow is a good card, don't get me wrong, but Grand Kawaga Ace being actually a free type makes him more live and also makes him more consistent.
Right. I actually think there's an argument to be made that you can run Grand Kawaga over Hexablow, because I feel like people run Hexablow mostly for the Mother matchup, but the Mother matchup becomes dead once you kill the Shotos.
Yeah, I agree.
So I like the 1/1 because you can kill them by battle and permanently.
Yeah, and I think, but I think that's probably why he still kept it 1/1 is because Grand Kawaga could only delete, I think, one tamer.
Yep.
While Hexablow could
run over Mother over and over.
Yeah, could just run over Mom just by being source taller, which is more important probably to him.
Yeah, definitely.
Next is Joshua's from the same team's Ancient Garurumon deck, which is no changes.
This is mind-boggling.
This is no changes. No BT18, 19 changes. No Koichis. No Lobomons. No any of that.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Which, like, I find it so strange because this is not like this was a regular like set. You know, we got 2-in-1, so we got a lot of support, a lot of like not even nothing.
Yeah, not even
There's
a
not a
shaman
single
mon.
card
Not
here.
even a
There's not
shaman mon.
not even a shaman mon.
Yeah.
Not even like yeah. There's not a single card. I think that's what I would change if I had to change anything. But that's
Yeah,
why I'm not the
I have
winner.
a feeling maybe he was just so comfortable with this version, there was no need to change it.
Right.
He just felt like this was just it. Maybe he didn't get a chance to get BT18, 19 cards, who knows? But, I mean,
Shout
who
out to him.
knows? I mean, I never got. Probably should have asked him when I saw, but I didn't do his. I didn't do his profile, so obviously I probably would be popping the question. But it seemed like no one really asked about it. I think they just saw that Angar was just so good as a deck already. Like,
Yeah.
it just, even though it just got better, the fact that he played through an entire, like, I think 7-round event with basically a BT17 deck, I think that's impressive. Right, let's move on to our second place team. This is Nick's Shoto Mother T-Reaper deck, and this is actually a very interesting take on it because, as you can see, there's like very interesting tech already. There's JP, GG, Susanomon,
JP
and
is
the
genius.
Metal Kabuterimon.
So I'm just gonna. I played against this. This is what knocked me out of the tournament. I was playing 3-grade Angels. I couldn't do a damn thing.
Yeah, no, I think
I
3-grade
couldn't do it.
Angels can't really do much against a Shoto
He's-
Mob deck. You don't have
he
any
stole-
evasion, you're never tall enough, you're never big enough.
He stole 3 turns from me.
Yeah, no, it's
did.
tough, my guy. It's tough. You probably need to see barrier to like make him waste blocking, and
But outside, like, shout out to Nick. I did play against him. Great player, consistently.
oh yeah.
But this was my
he's a very
first
good
time
player.
seeing Black Hybrid like in action, and when I tell you, I thought I would leave him at like 1 or 2 memory, and he'd end up at like 9 by the start of his turn. I was like in awe.
Yeah, no, this deck, once it has the 4 Shotos, the Satskis, yeah, it's just, I'm starting at 9.
And
I'm
honestly,
not starting
really
at
look
2,
it,
I'm starting at 9.
really look at it. It's a budget deck. Like there's nothing. The Death X is probably like the most expensive card here.
Yeah, everything else has gone down. Like, Susano's
Mhm.
not even, I don't think it's not more than like $3.
Yeah.
Alright, from the same team, Kevin with his Lord Nightmon X Antibody deck. This is pretty straightforward, a very like straightforward Lord Nightmon X. And I have to say, the fact that it's just a very straightforward deck that is very powerful. And
I like the one of Pillowmon.
yeah, the one
I
of
think-
Pillowmon is nice. I noticed a lot of Lord Nightmon players doing that because Lord Nightmon, the base card says, play a level 4 or lower.
Mhm.
No color, nothing about Nightmon, just a level 4
But
or lower.
I feel like people are sometimes afraid to play like the floodgate that prevents playing by effects when their deck plays by effects.
It's just a
But-
good shutdown. After you're done with everything, just drop
Exactly.
it.
You set up your stuff and then you make sure they can't do the same back to you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think the one Pillowmon is the mirror breaker for the Lord Nightmon decks because they
Yeah.
don't have removal going up. So that means like they won't be able to do anything on the down because they have to like do collision or do something,
Mhm.
go into rune
They have to
mode.
like, well, that's what the Deltamon are for.
That's what the Delta Mons are for. But yeah, like the fact that those 3 cards are probably what determines the mirror probably means like, yeah, like you need to see those
I
at
like
the
that he
right times
plays.
and counter your opponent at the right times to get the swing back.
I like that he plays 2 of the Deltamon. I've seen a lot of people just playing 1. I think 2 is a good number of that.
I like 3 actually, personally.
Another, like, you can tell this person, and also because you know him personally, he has a deep understanding of purple as a color.
Mm-hmm.
And
I agree.
like when you watch like people like him and our first place player play, like specifically purple, I think is like one of the most unique colors in this game where you get to see something like that, where you get to see like people really know how to manipulate the game.
Oh
People
yeah.
who are good at this color really understand the game's mechanics.
Oh yeah. I also know him personally as well, and honestly, the way he plays purple in general, it's like he's on another level. It's like he's in this weird trance, and it's like, yo,
Not purple
he's
hybrid,
in the
though.
zone. He's in the zone.
Purple hybrid degenerate though. I don't care what
Oh
anyone
yeah,
says.
well yeah. New kid on the block syndrome.
Yeah.
All right, and the last deck from the same second place team.
Blue.
This is Sarah with his. It's a blue pile deck, but I think technically is a Magnamon X deck because there's a bigger focus on Magnamon X. Angar, Mirage, Galgamon are like support. So this is a very interesting deck. I'm surprised he went that far with it. Not sure about his personal record.
I don't. Nah, the deck seems pretty solid. Not gonna lie to you.
I heard many people talking about it. Like the theory behind it is that you use the Magnamon half to protect yourself, and you use the Angar Mirage half to like be the aggressive part, which is interesting.
I see it more as like Angar's there for like a random warp and like random like damage. Otherwise, it's Magnum.
Yeah.
Like you save in because Angar, you only need to see one of the promo Lobomon and one of the Angar, and then boom, you're set for the rest of the game.
Yeah.
You keep recycling that combo. Like,
yeah, it's not bad, but the problem I see is that he's only running 2 level 5s. I feel like you have 4 megas that don't do anything off a level 4, like Magnamon X. I feel like that's a little bit tricky, but hey, I mean, look, he got that far, right? Like, obviously, either his teammates did well enough or he got far enough himself.
Magnamon X can just Digivolve over a regular Magnamon, though.
Yes, but that's my thing. Like, technically, Magnamon X has 4, 8, 10 targets versus Angar, which only has 5, and Mirage only has 2. His ratios are right in accordance to what he's playing, but I feel like if he gets to a brick zone and he doesn't have his searchers like his blue memory boost or his mental training, then I think he could run into some like weird spots. Again, like I'm not sure about his personal record, but this is a very interesting blue pile. Very interesting though.
I don't like the Great Maelstrom though. I think that card is not as good as people like.
Yeah,
remember
I think that's just his one slot from removal. To try to arm is very very nice though. That's actually pretty cool.
I love Trident Arm.
Yeah, Trident Arm is
underrated
nice.
option card.
But yeah, that is the last deck we will be talking about. Overall, very creative deck builders, very creative pilots. I really do appreciate the creativity that this event has brought. All right, to end off our recap before our final thoughts, I do want to preview Questionable Plays EX8 case tournament happening on January 11th, 2025. November to December, QP isn't going to be doing much in terms of in-person events because there's no sets going to be released until January. LM does not count, so we will not be doing that.
Not unless you ask for it.
Well, unless people really want it. I highly doubt it, but probably we'll keep that online. Probably we'll keep that online because it's not even like a legit set. But yeah, our next event in person will be EX8 on January 11th. I think a week after Nationals next year.
Okay, that's cool. It's smart to wait a week.
Yeah. Anyways, final thoughts from you, Sogo, about the event, how we did, any feedback?
When you first revealed this poster, I thought you were announcing a fighting game tournament, and I got super excited. Beyond that, no. Honestly, I don't have anything. Like, I want to give constructive criticism, and like not just say it was good and everything was fun and everything.
Yeah.
But honestly, it was just a good time. My experience was very well. Obviously, I can't speak on behalf of everybody, but I enjoyed like seeing everybody from the community, being with a bunch of friends, just having a good time, being competitive at the end of the day. I think that's one thing that a lot of people don't like understand about events like this too, is you might lose. Like, and I think that's an important lesson to take away when you do anything that's like, if it's competitive, it's for the sake of like winning and losing. Like, whatever the case may be. If you do it for fun,
definitely.
Like it just comes with it.
It was definitely a higher stakes event
with that same mentality. Oh yeah, but I like seeing other people who come with that mentality, and everyone just tries their hardest at the end of the day, because you get some of like the most nail-biting matches, or sometimes you get a Mother Shoto Ditto, and it's like, well.
Oh, that's kind of foreshadowing for a future episode. I mean, a future video. But anyways, yeah, no, thank you. Honestly, I share the same sentiments. I just like seeing people play. It's been a crazy year for us as hosts. This was our first year. We started in, I believe, March, and we just been doing event after event up until this point. It was like, let's see, March to November. It
Super
was like
proud of you guys.
It was 8 months. It was 8 months.
Super proud of you guys.
Yeah,
Like,
thank you.
Started out a little rough with a couple events, but like this last one was, I don't want to use the word flawless, but I'm gonna use the word flawless.
It was probably not flawless, but it was definitely one of the, I think, the best event we have done in a really, like, overall. I consider this our best event. So I think we'll close off from there.
Success.
Yeah, I think we'll close off from
can
there.
I do one like? Can I have like one plug?
Sure.
Can I have like one plug?
Sure, you can do one plug.
Everybody just like bother Bandai and please bring offline events to be a real thing. Like use this as your sign. People email them, leave feedback when they ask for surveys and things like that. Do that and ask for offline events. You'll be surprised how far you go and the people you meet.
I'll definitely be doing that myself as well. Anyways, thank you, Sogo. It's been a pleasure talking to you, especially as like a participant from our event.
Not yet. I'm super just happy to be here, and I like giving analytical stuff because I still feel like I have a lot to learn about this game, and this helps me do so. So,
all right,
you know,
all right, sounds good. Anyways, thank you, Sogo. Thank you, everyone, for watching our recap, and we'll see you in January.